Iran hacks into the control system of an American dam just 20 miles north of New York City. That means that an enemy of this country was potentially able to put American lives in danger, all from the comfort of a theoretical computer terminal in downtown Tehran. Now, the breach represents a nightmare scenario for U.S. officials and exposes a significant gap in the security of our nation's critical infrastructure. That includes factories, bridges, pipelines, and the power grid. Experts say that could lead to a cyber Armageddon. Let's get right to CNN's Rene Marsh. Rene, were the Iranian hackers actually able to physically take control of the dam itself?
Well, we do know, Jake, that this was not a terribly sophisticated attack. Despite that, the hackers were able to breach the software that enabled them to take control of the dam's floodgates. Tonight, the mayor of the village where this dam is located is concerned this was just a dry run for a cyber attack on a larger target.
Physical barriers could not keep intruders out. CNN has learned Iranian hackers infiltrated computer software that controls the floodgates of this Rye, New York dam, just 20 miles outside of New York City. A former U.S. official familiar with the investigation revealed the classified details from 2013, which was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Paul Rosenberg is mayor of the village of Rybrook.
Well, what it says to me is, they're looking at everything. Was this a dress rehearsal for something larger? It also makes me concerned about the security of our infrastructure that is significantly more critical than the Bowman Avenue Dam.
Investigators believe the intruders were just probing to see what they could get into, but no damage was done. Hacking of dam controls have long been a Homeland Security concern. In 2013, hackers penetrated a sensitive database of U.S. dams maintained by the Army Corps of Engineers. Asked about the breach involving the dam in Rye, New York, the Department of Homeland Security told CNN by email it has no comment on the alleged incident.
Obviously, it's fairly scary for us as a nation to imagine that somebody sitting on the other side of the world could hit a keystroke and all of a sudden water could start flooding through a dam.
Just last week, CNN broke news of a major breach at computer company Juniper Networks. The company sells equipment and routers to the Defense Department, Justice Department, FBI, and Treasury Department. U.S. officials worry that hackers working for a foreign government were able to spy on the encrypted communications of the U.S. government and private companies for the past 3 years. Other critical infrastructure, like the nation's power grid, also constantly under siege.
It makes me wonder about what would be potentially next, and that makes me concerned.
A more modernized grid system using digital technology means more access points for intruders.
Well, the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement it continues to work with federal agencies and the private sector to strengthen the nation's cybersecurity. We know the government has a 24/7 hub for sharing cybersecurity information, but as you know, Jake, as it relates to the infrastructure, it's become so interconnected that many of the people on the front lines will tell you it's almost impossible to prevent all cyber attacks from happening. Their focus is making sure they minimize just how many happen.
You said that infrastructure is constantly under siege. Do we have an idea how often these attempts to hack into the system, whether it's a dam or the power grid, how often it happens?
It happens terribly a large amount. We know on Capitol Hill they just had a hearing just months ago, and just one company alone, according to the panelists here, just one company alone, 5.5 hacks per hour. That's just one company. So we're talking about thousands and thousands per day. And it's just something that they're really struggling to get a handle on. Of course, high priority, preventing it from happening. But again, those on the front line saying it's almost impossible to make sure no one ever breaches the system.
Very disturbing. Rene Marsh, thanks so much.